Welcome to Adam Does Movies Live for Tuesday the 19th. Just days away from the... Oh, it's like a fly in here. Came out of nowhere. Shot out of a cannon. A fly attacked me. As I was saying, we're only mere days away from the Christmas celebration, if you celebrate that. Hanukkah maybe started already. I really don't know. I barely know the day that Christmas is on. I just wake up and my wife starts chucking presents at me to give to the kids that she, of course, purchased. I just sit idly by and watch my money dwindle away. Such is life for middle income families. Hope you guys are having a good time. A couple pieces of housekeeping before we get to the movie news, which is going to be the topic of tonight's short for session. Number one, there are 2 movie roasts up on the channel. Adam Does Movies. We have one for Frosty the Snowman and how he kind of sucks as a protagonist. And 2 is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and how all the adults are trash. These are fun, silly, lighthearted. They're not meant to like hurt your feelings or anything. They're just kind of fun observational humors that I had after rewatching these 1960s classics that I'm not sure the story even, I think the story was a bit aged even when they came out in the 60s. I don't remember parents being like that. At least mine weren't. They were ridiculing constantly and making you feel like crap. Some were, of course, but that's just bad parenting all around. Outside of those, I have 2 more movie roasts to edge out the year. One of them is in the making right now, and that is Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is going to be a beefy roast. It's a long movie. It's going to be a long rant, but we got to do it right. We got to go big or we're going to go home. So Last Jedi, I'm still trying to get done for hopefully later this week, probably Friday, because again, script writing's taking a while. The other one next week is going to be Matrix 4, Matrix Resurrections. I don't even remember the name. I tried to block that movie from memory, but it always comes back and haunts me later. Last piece of news. I was on Cody Leach's channel 2 nights ago, I believe, with Sean Chandler and Cody. We had a couple-hour discussion about the state of movies and where we see it going in the future, and it went into a bunch of different realms. It was a great conversation. I talked with them for another hour after it was done off stream. We really all kind of hit it off, got together really well. They've been on my channel a couple times. It was my first time really joining over there in their pool. Fantastic. Thank you to anyone who subscribed from Cody's channel. Thank you for coming over. I welcome you with open arms. We have something in the works for early next year. I can't say what it is yet because who knows, it could fall through at any time. It's very early talks, but I hope that early next year I can say, hey, this is going to happen in a month or so. Join me. And that would be awesome. It'll be the first time I ever did something like this. I'm going to keep it vague because I'm trying to keep my hopes down. Okay, I think that's it. 19th again. So Friday's live stream, I'm not sure what we'll be doing yet, but next week, Tuesdays and Fridays will be best movies of 2023, worst movies of 2023. That'll be the Tuesday and Friday of next week. Let's get to movie news. I have 6 pieces. 6 pieces of news that I've found scouring the internet. And then one observational note that I want to bring up that's a little, it's not spicy really. It's just something that's perplexing to me. We'll get to that at the end. One more note before I begin. The only time I'm going to bring it up until the end. Super chats are always appreciated. If you throw one my way, I will read it off. I'll put it up on the screen. It can be a movie question. It can be a personal question. It doesn't matter. It can be a piece of movie news you want me to react to, and I'll put it up there and react if I can. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to share this tab. Pop it up. Okay, look at this guy, Christopher Nolan. If you're watching the video and not listening on Spotify or Apple or whatever, because these do go up on the podcast as well. Christopher Nolan feels great about the state of the movie business after Oppenheimer's success. Maybe he should have talked with Cody and Sean and I, because we were feeling a little less thrilled about the movie industry. Okay, let's see what he has to say. Christopher Nolan is looking back at his banner year in Hollywood thanks to Oppenheimer, as well as the current state of the cinema landscape. The summer box office saw a much needed resurgence following COVID. Oppenheimer has gone on to gross $952 million. Oppenheimer, of course, part of that Barbieheimer thing. That was the Barbie Oppenheimer double feature that you could do that a lot of people did. It was an insane marketing tactic that worked. I think it was grassroots. Supposedly, no marketing agency is taking responsibility. Truly impressive. I'm sure next year and in 2025, though, we're going to see agencies do a sorry attempt to recapture this kind of magic again. All right, Nolan goes on to say, I've just made a 3-hour film about Robert Oppenheimer, which is R-rated and half in black and white, and it made $1 billion. Of course, I think films are doing great. The crazy thing is that it's literally the most successful film I've ever made. I've been doing this for 20 years, and in the United Kingdom, it's my highest grossing film, so I feel great about the state of the movie business based on my own experience, but also based on seeing other movies break out, seeing audiences come back. What a bizarre statement. The anecdotal evidence he's using is himself. If we look at the year overall, it wasn't great for movies. Disney dropped the ball on a lot of films that bombed at the box office. Elemental, I think, climbed into a profitable range, but it wasn't impressive for Pixar. Wish, I don't think is going to make back what it needs to. The Marvels was a complete failure. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania was a disaster. What else? DCEU has been embarrassing this year. The Flash bombed. Blue Beetle bombed. Aquaman 2 probably going to bomb. We'll see. And that's just Disney and DCEU. There's a lot of other ones that just did not do well at all this year. So Christopher Nolan, I think, kind of being a little too humble. He's Christopher Nolan. And as he stated, it's been 20 years for him. He has built up a very dedicated audience. He has a pedigree about him of kind of being a top tier director. This guy did. I was going to start with Tenet. That's probably his worst movie. He's got the Dark Knight trilogy, that little nugget, that little chestnut. He's got Inception, Interstellar, which I absolutely love. Well, I love Inception as well, but Interstellar, a little underrated, I think. Tenet, everybody slips up a little bit, but even that movie, I don't think it's bad. And fantastic, flawless, basically, director. So I don't think using his own success is really a great benchmark to go off of the industry as a whole. We'll see what 2024 brings, though. On to the next topic. Everything we know about Alien Romulus. Spoiler, not much, but we do have a release date. August of 2024, baby. After the surprise success of Prey on Hulu/Disney Plus. That came out on Disney Plus too at the same time? Huh. I know Hulu and Disney, like Disney owns Hulu. Disney owns like everything though. So, I mean, whatever. 20th Century Studios and Disney have wasted no time and are developing more Predator and Alien projects for both cinemas and TV. Up next is Alien Romulus. Tentative title from Evil Dead 2013 director. Oof. I didn't watch Evil Dead 2013. I only saw parts of it. The acting seemed really schlocky. My wife hated that film. Not the best sign, but maybe he's done some other stuff. Word on the street is that the movie was originally set to be released on Hulu, but studio executives were so impressed by the production. That is so depressing to even hear. It's getting a theatrical release, but that's so sad to hear that a freaking alien movie was going to get shat out on Hulu. I was already really sad that Prey was shat out on Hulu. That was a good movie. Prey's not amazing, but it was a good ass movie, and it's sad that I didn't get to see that on the big screen because it would have been fantastic. Meanwhile, Noah Hawley, Fargo Legion director, has been developing the first ever Alien TV show for FX/Hulu. As far as we know, there's no narrative tissue connecting the projects, besides the fact that they both happen to be in the same universe. Okay, so we got some Alien stuff coming out in 2024, a TV series and a movie. Alien Romulus, we have a photo down here. Look, that looks like a practical effect of a xenomorph, which is solid. Oh, is there more info? After the original plan to release the movie, no, that's not. That's the same stuff. Same stuff. Same stuff. No, we don't know anything else. It's coming out next year, folks. And I'm excited about that prospect. Up next, we have December box office. Wonka takes over weekend with chocolates for everyone. Oh, what a cute title, Collider. Thank you. How did Wonka do? As was expected, one of the biggest releases of the year didn't disappoint when it came to its performance. With an early release in other countries, Wonka has already managed to snag over 100 million at the international box office. Timothy Chalamet, the dreamy catch of all as Willy Wonka, he's really bringing in the bucks. And we have 40 million for what do we have for, is that domestic? With a total gross of 150 million worldwide. This suggests that the movie may earn a spot in the top 20 most watched films of the year. Okay. For the third week in a row, The Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, secured the number 2 spot. Yeah, that movie's doing well. And that's impressive because Hunger Games, the prequel story, first off, it's a prequel story. I'm amazed that it was actually decent. Secondly, I'm actually impressed that people still give a shit about this franchise. It's been a long time. You have new characters. Again, I was kind of pleasantly surprised because I did read the book and I did not like the book. I thought the movie was better. Too long, of course, like most films. Also, Wonka, pleasantly surprised with Wonka too. Maybe it's the fact that enough years have passed since the Gene Wilder film and I just don't care anymore. Gene Wilder will always be my Willy Wonka, but Timothy Chalamet did a different performance. I liked it. Again, didn't love it, but I thought it was a solid family flick, and I'm excited to watch it with my family when it hits streaming. As for Ballad of Songbirds, I'm sure we'll see more of these films, although there's no other books out to my knowledge, so that writer better get off his ass and start working on it. Good for Wonka, though, you know? I bet we'll see more Wonka movies, because it is a prequel, and there's plenty of room in between these films that they can do more. And I don't think this is going to lead into the Wilder original. That's just my guess. This is going to be its own thing. All right. The topic of the night, in between a few other news articles, Jonathan Majors, fired at Marvel, found guilty of harassment and assault. Not a good situation. All right, the actor Jonathan Majors has been dropped at Disney and Marvel as a result of his ongoing legal issues following his arrest earlier this year on domestic battery charges against his partner. Okay, confirms THR. Majors was taken into custody by the New York Police Department in March 2023 following a response to a 911 call, a 911 call, 911. Never forget. A 911 call from a Manhattan apartment. Following a 2-week trial on December 18th, the actor was found guilty of 2 misdemeanor counts of harassment and assault and acquitted of 1 count of intentional assault in the 3rd degree and aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree. There's a lot of degrees going on. Disney and Marvel still intend to move forward with their upcoming slate of films, but it appears that it will be undergoing a series overhaul with Loki writer Michael Waldron recently hired to pen a new draft. Yeah, because I think they fired the hacks that did Ant-Man and the Wasp. They were supposed to do a bunch of movies. That's not happening anymore. Hmm. Majors at the time was appearing in both Creed 3 and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah. Listen, he plays Kang the Conqueror. I People were praising his performance. I did not have any like impression of greatness from that performance. I was like, okay, this guy is kind of lame. That's my takeaway. The green screen ending was cringy as shit when they showed all the Kang the Conquerors like rooting for himself or each other. Ant-Man beats him up with a bunch of ants. Not quite the first impression you want to leave people. Usually you want your villain to be villainous, to be threatening, to be evil, to be dominating, and he was none of those things for me. This is obviously a loss for Jonathan Majors, who majorly screwed up. He was arrested. He was found guilty. You can think whatever you want. I don't have anything to say as far as like his guilt or wrongdoing or whatnot. Like play dumb games, win dumb prizes is kind of the thought process I have. I'm a lame single. I'm single. I'm a lame married man for like 15 years. I don't go out to bars. I don't go clubbing. I don't put myself in situations where I'm gonna get fucked up or screw something up or just be in a bad toxic relationship. I know virtually nothing about this man other than the fact that he's now been found guilty and will be in prison for a year. And that's really sad for the fact that he had his whole career ahead of him and somehow he screwed it up really badly. It's a good lesson for everyone to learn. Like keep your head high, play the game properly, don't go out and do stupid things. If you have a role of a lifetime, he had several, don't shit it away over a terrible relationship. I can't understand. Like being a major actor in a huge movie like this is winning the lottery. There are hundreds of thousands of hungry actors out there clamoring for a role like this. And to watch dudes like Jonathan Majors just piss it away because of personal affairs. He's not the only one. Look at people that have had a rich acting history, like Kevin Spacey, destroyed. Look at Joss Whedon. What happened to Joss Whedon? He was like the nerd director go-to. Everyone's like, oh, there's a Joss Whedon joint. It's going to be sweet. He knows comic books. He knows how to put it on the big screen. This is the Avengers director. Gone. Completely washed from the face of the earth. No one talks about Joss Whedon anymore. I don't even know what that guy did. Like, I don't keep up. I said this on when I was talking with the guys the other night. I said I don't follow actors. I have an Instagram at Adam Does Movies with a stupid underscore, and I just post the YouTube shorts there. You can follow me. I don't have anything provocative to say. I just put in the work and put it out there, and I keep my mouth shut about everything else because like there's nothing interesting to be said by some jackass going online and going, oh, yep, that's what happens, Jonathan Majors. Like, you asked for this. I don't know Jonathan Majors. I don't really want to know Jonathan Majors. Actors are just like us, but they have a lot of money, and therefore they can do dumber shit than us and say dumber shit than us. And of course, they are in their own bubbles, just like we're in our own bubbles. We think a certain way. We hear things from other people that we think are fact. Maybe they are. Maybe we have beliefs that they don't. End of the day, we're all just dumb people on this rock. We're all going to die, and it's not going to mean anything. So when I see Rachel Zegler say something stupid, or Brie Larson, or Jonathan Majors gets into hot water, or so-and-so, Jim Carrey's painting some crazy thing, I don't care. I shut it off. I only want to watch them in movies. That's it. I don't follow the chef at the restaurant down the street on Facebook and see what he says about, January 6th or something. Whatever. I don't even remember the date. Is that the date, January 6th? I don't care what he has to say. As long as he's a good chef and he's making my meal, I appreciate him. Thank you for that. You can continue. You can be a bozo outside of it. That's fine. And that's just my stance. I know there's a lot of people that really get invested in this stuff, and they'll say like, oh, this actor's woke and I'm going to boycott this movie because this guy's a Scientologist, or or this person is a deep state person, or this person's like far left. Everybody's something, you know. Let him be that. You watch the character on the screen. This is a movie channel. We're talking movies. Okay, so Jonathan Majors, you fucked up, I suppose. Disney's going to drop you like a bad habit. Let's talk about the fallout and what is next. I think Disney should just scrap the Kang the Conqueror thing altogether. That's my humble opinion as someone that knows nothing about comics and has watched this multiverse be a complete shit show. I say walk away. Kang the Conqueror can just be a background character that was defeated by Ant-Man and the Wasp. Maybe since you've introduced this terrible multiverse, you just burn this one to the ground. Some cataclysmic event happens and just wipes it out. Or you just move away from it. Maybe the Kangs are all defeated somehow by a real big threat. Or maybe there's a Kang the Conqueror who looks different than the other ones. He's the rogue Kang the Conqueror. Jonathan the Conqueror. Oh, wait, that's too close to Jonathan Majors. Baxter the Conqueror, and he wipes out all the other ones, and now he's the head one. I don't know. There's lots of things you can do. Or just quietly maybe reboot the whole thing. Maybe do the James Gunn DCEU approach now and say, you know what? It was a good run. We maybe went a little too far with things with the She-Hulk TV show and the Marvels and all these other like spin-offs and movies that don't quite gel together as one. And we just stop with the whole multiverse or the big shared universe thing. And we get back to just making solo films that are great again. That's possible. Maybe they just do that. Maybe they just say, okay, Endgame was the end. We screwed around for a while with the cherry on the top. But between the Eternals and all those characters never showing up again, maybe they will. And between Thor, Love and Thunder being just awful, and Ant-Man and the Wasp being a miserable wreck, and the Marvels not being watched by anyone and bombing at the box office, and She-Hulk being a complete joke that somehow also progresses the storyline of the Hulk and gives him a son. Like, there's just too much baggage here. It's too much to round up. So maybe they make like a comic book series and just reboot the whole damn thing. I don't care. I think a lot of people are burnt out and don't really care either. But maybe you take a beat, take a pause, take a year off like DCU is. They're not putting out a new movie in 2024, according to James Gunn. And James Gunn says this is healthy. This is a good thing. This is what we need. And I agree with him. Jonathan Majors is gone, and I suppose that's a fitting end to what was inevitably going to be probably a disastrous set of films anyways. Okay, another piece of news. Jason Momoa shares a somber update on his Aquaman future. It's not looking too good. That's Jason Momoa's voice. I went a little deeper and bro-ish. Jason Momoa, or Jason Momosa, if you will, is one of the hottest properties in Hollywood. He is? Okay, we'll keep going. But as he prepares to make what seems to be his last appearance as DC hero Aquaman, there's a definite question hanging over his future. This is something the actor addresses head-on in an interview. Let's go to his, where's his quote? There we go. This is Jason. I don't necessarily want it to be the end. Jason's also what I do for the Rock impression. It's just a little more bro-ish, sounding deeper. Oh, he says, but I don't think it's really like a choice. The truth of it is, I mean, if the audience loves it, then there's a possibility. But right now, I'm like, it's not looking too good. I love this character, and I would want to play it for a long time. I kind of see where I want it to go. And even in the next 10 years or so, like, there's a lot of cool things they can do. And I do enjoy the role and the world. So, I mean, it just comes down to if people love it. Yeah, he's out. There's not a chance in hell that Aquaman is coming back for one more ride. Oh, shit. I left a page on one of these stupid ads. There's more up top here that kind of solidifies all of this. Let's go up. I kept this one above. Where's it at? Where is it? He had a quote about his other character that he's probably going to play, Lobo. Here we go. So Lobo, I used to collect comics, and I don't do so much anymore, but he was always my favorite. And I've always wanted to play Lobo because I'm like, hello, it's pretty perfect. It's the perfect role. I mean, listen, if they call me and ask me to play it, it's a fucking yeah. It's a fuck yeah. But I mean, that's a guarantee. So you don't have to worry about that. But I haven't received the call. So I don't want to put any fake news out there. But if they ever call me and ask me to play or ask me to audition, I'm there. Yeah, very eloquently stated from the most sought after talent in Hollywood, apparently. Thank you, Jason Mimosa. It is looking like he's going to play Lobo. I don't know what Lobo is. I assume that's a character, a villain, or something. We'll see. We'll see what hell. There he is. Look at this guy up top. Just a beast of a man. Yeah, there's definitely, I can see it. Especially when they put Jason in black and white next to a black and white character. They both have long hair. They're both pretty, jacked out. I like it. And I think it's the right call for Aquaman to be sunset. Oh, we have our first super chat of the night. It's quiet on the super chat front. Perm for $100. A Christmas miracle. Merry Christmas. Also, glad you finally saw Point Break. Yes, Perm, I saw Point Break. Matt Sclero was not happy with me. He said our friendship was on the line. He said he's a $10 mithril, and he threatened to cancel if I didn't, I guess, watch that movie. I was also supposed to watch A Princess Bride, and I didn't really care so much about him canceling the membership, but the friendship, that was kind of a deal breaker. And any friend that's willing to cancel some support on you over not watching a film, that's a friend you want to hang on to. So you can thank Matthew for that. Matt, I guess he goes by. I call him Matt. Yeah, thank you, Perm, so much. We're going to put this up one more time. Look at that beautiful $100 super chat. That's amazing. And Point Break was awesome. Again, I thought it was going to be cringe. It's old. Sometimes those movies don't hold up today, but it was like awesome cringe. And Patrick Swayze, freaking in the prime of his life, jumping out of a plane, looked like practical effects. I don't know what they did. Did they actually jump his ass out of, they throw his ass out of a plane several times? Keanu Reeves is fantastic. Whole thing is, it was a great time. I loved it. All right, let's get on to, we have, God, here we go. I didn't even put this in the, this came in late. Rebel Moon. Oh, this is never going to end, is it? This is let me enhance. Can I enhance the text? Thanks to the long, drawn-out process of bringing Zack Snyder's Justice League to the screen, people are now obsessed with the idea of Zack Snyder doing director's cuts of his films. So, even before anyone saw one frame of his new film, Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire, there was already extensive discussion about his R-rated director's cut. But according to Snyder, you shouldn't look at this as pure director's cut or extended cut. His R-rated version of Rebel Moon is an entirely different beast. Of course it is. Oh, God. Speaking to the AP, Zack Snyder teased what people can expect with his upcoming director's cut of Rebel Moon. And no, it's not just an excuse for him to include a ton of gore and even more slow-mo. Instead, it appears the idea of going into this filmmaking experience, knowing that he was going to have the freedom to do completely different cuts of the film, created a situation unlike anything he's ever experienced. This is insane. What? So at my real job, this is not my real job, believe it or not. This is a passion project, a hobby, and a side income. It's really a full-time second job for me. My real job is I'm a full front-end UX, UI, graphic designer, and front-end developer. Full stack, they sometimes say in the tech industry. I hate doing multiple concepts for a client. Lately, I've been doing that. It's not by choice, it's by company request. So I will have to do 3 versions of a single thing. I always try to put my best foot forward, my heart, my energy, my creativity into one concept. Telling me to do 2 or 3 concepts instantly takes me down a peg, and it makes me get a little sad and go, oh, God, I don't want to do 2 or 3 different concepts. I have a vision, damn it, and it's perfect. So when I see this, that Zack Snyder has 2 different versions out of the gates that he's thinking about doing, that doesn't fly for me. That flies in my face, actually, as a creator. That makes me think he's like a child playing with toys in a sandbox, and he's got all these like different pieces, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna use some of this over here, but then I'm gonna smash this onto this one, and I'm gonna build these 2 different things. I just don't see that working out well. Early reviews, I haven't seen this movie yet, not looking great. As we all know, though, I'm the outlier. I like to be different and shake things up for views and attention. Not really. Not really. I thought the trailer for Rebel Moon looked pretty awesome, but I also have a very love-hate relationship with Snyder. I think early Snyder's really good, and I think over time, as he's gone more into a creative writer's role, things have gone to shit. I don't like his writing, and that's becoming a problem with his films for me. I will watch this movie in a couple days when it releases. I'll have a review, of course, and we'll see. But this troubles me. I don't like this, and I also hate the idea that Snyder has this cult following of people that adore his stuff. And it's almost like he's playing to that base now so that they can yell, yes, new cut, new, like release this cut. Or it's almost a cop out ahead of time where he's basically planting the seeds in people's minds of, listen, what you're getting on Netflix, I can take this off. I don't need that on. What you're getting on Netflix is only half the movie. Okay, this is not the superior cut. I have in the vault over here the actual film, the R-rated movie with the blood and the guts, and it's going to be awesome. So he's priming his audience to already think going in, all right, this is probably not going to be the best version. So we'll just stand by for the masterpiece that's going to come out in the future. I hate that. I don't really need to read any more of this because I've already glanced over this, and it's basically just him saying that he's got this vision and he sees it being R from the beginning, but Netflix wanted it PG-13. It's just a stupid back and forth. Oh, we do. You know what? I poked the bear, and here he is. Super chat from Matt Sclero for $9.99. Thank you, Matt. When are you going to watch The Princess Bride? Oof. I hit a nerve. And now he's Matt. Princess Bride is on the docket. It's somewhere on the agenda, but I got roasts to get done. So you have the choice here, I guess, sir. Do I get these roasts done for Last Jedi and The Matrix, or do I watch The Princess Bride solely for you and then not talk about it on the channel? I mean, it's up to you, sir, but I have responsibilities to the Mithril members on this channel. Thank you for the $9.99, Matt, and for the friendship. Hope all is well. This is the last piece of news. So if you do have super chats like Perm and Matt did, or Matthew, if you will, sometimes I call him Matthew, please put them in now, because after this little tangent I'm going to go on, I will read the super chats and I will go over to twitch.tv/AdamDoesMovies, where I will be streaming. Hang on to something because this is wild. I will be playing Mario 1 for the Nintendo, and I will be attempting to beat this game from beginning to end without using any warp pipes. Something I may never have done before in my life. I beat the game very easily, of course, with the warps, but going beginning to end, I just don't think I've ever really done it before. I don't even know how long it takes for a seasoned veteran to do, let alone someone in my position that maybe at one point could have been considered good at the game. So join me over there. That'll happen 10 minutes after I go off of this stream. Even if you're on Twitch, you're going to have to go to a different stream. It's going to fire up separately. Okay, let's get to this last piece of news. If I can just bring that up, that'd be great. If I could just bring that up, that would be fantastic. There it is. So there's a site that's been around for 20 years. It's called Screen Rant. It's a YouTube channel. It's actually a YouTube channel I had made content for a year. I made 2 documentaries that are about 15 to 20 minutes each, one on James Cameron and one on Black Panther. These were documentaries I was told to make, but I found myself really enjoying them. I did all the research. I wrote all the scripts. I did the audio recording, found all the footage. I'm very proud of them. You can check them out. One is on Avatar, one is on Black Panther. I then had a show over there because I kind of pitched it and they liked the idea, and that's called Real Rivalries. There's, I think, around 20 to 30 episodes. There's, I think, 30 episodes or something like that. There's a Real Rivalries tab on Screen Rant where you can actually watch those as well. There's a playlist somewhere in this pile of shit. Oh, I have this up. I can actually go to it. Look. Let's see if they have me on here still. Oh, there I am. So Real Rivalries right here.
I'm Adam, and
See,
this
there I
is
am.
Real Rivalries, the show where we.
There are. Oh God, there's actually more than I thought. This is not me, I don't think. So I think around 42 episodes. We'll say 40 to be safe, because the Screen Rant playlists are terrible. There's doubles in here, and yeah, we're gonna say 40. Regardless, I was fired from them. I was canceled from them, along with 2 or 3 of their other new shows that they tried out. Even though the numbers were actually good on my show, and they said that I was probably going to be in it for a long time. A week after we had that discussion, they booted me and these other new shows because Screen Rant was having some financial hoes, and they made the executive decision poorly to move Ryan Howard's show, the super popular, super easy, barely an inconvenience show, Pitch Meetings. Where is Pitch Meetings? It's down here somewhere, right here. Super easy. Yeah, Screen Rant's Pitch Meetings. They decided to give him his own channel on YouTube, which was the stupidest thing they could ever have done from a business standpoint. Now, of course, their audience loved this. Clapping, cheering, shouting from the top of the roofs. They've been wanting this for years. This was stupid for Screen Rant. Great for the viewers, because a lot of them only watched Ryan George. Did I say Ryan Howard? Ryan George. They only watched Ryan George Pitch Meetings. They didn't watch all the other trash that's on the channel, which, to be honest, a lot of it was pretty bad. But it wasn't embarrassing bad like it is today. Because after Ryan George was given his own channel, there was a massive dip in views. This channel would get anywhere from a few 100,000 views to millions. And now, look at this shit. I don't know what has happened. This is honestly a huge mystery to me. So this video is 82,000 3 weeks ago. This one has 57,000, 44,000, 24,000, 6.6 thousand, 9.9 thousand. Folks, this channel has 8.5 million viewers. What happened? I know someone that actually works there. Joey C does freelance for these guys, and he said that, actually, I shouldn't say anything bad. Well, Joey C works for me. He said what happened is new management took over. And I don't know what the hell this new management is doing, but these videos are now 2 minutes long. 2 minutes long, and they look like they're built with AI. And to make more puzzling news, 3 weeks ago was the last time they uploaded a video. These guys would upload like 5 videos daily. They had over 300 independent contractors that would do their stuff. They had people internally that would have to peer review everything they put out. It was a well-oiled machine. I knew half a dozen people over there. They were awesome. At some point, some company took over in the last 2 or 3 years, or something changed, because it's gone. It's done. More bizarre is just 3 weeks ago, they put out a 20-year birthday celebration featuring Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Kevin Hart, Emma Stone. Like, a whole bunch of people were randomly filmed off phones or whatever, saying like, happy birthday, Screen Rant. Like, they really did this. And then crickets. It's insane. I don't get it. I don't understand what happened. 3 weeks ago, this channel's dead. Screen Rant is dead. And there was no video. There's no community post or anything saying what happened. Let's go to the community post. 2 weeks ago was the last community post. Wild stuff. I just thought that was crazy. I check in on them periodically because I'm just curious as to what they're doing. Sometimes it's good to check in on what other movie creators and big channels are doing, to like look at it and think, okay, what can I be doing differently? How can I, use inspiration from what they're doing on my channel? There's nothing inspiring about what's happening over there. I'm pretty sure it's AI driven at this point, and they tried it for a few months and it didn't work out. And so they just pulled the towel, or they threw the towel, they pulled the plug, all the other innuendos or metaphors or whatever the hell you want to say. Screen Rant's a shit show, and it's done. RIP. And I think I'm done. All right, that's the movie news. If you have any final super chats, questions, comments, put them in now. Forever hold your peace. We do have one from Perm again. Perm, the unsung hero tonight. Perm, $5 with a pissed off message. What? You have not seen Princess Bride? You must watch. Don't let the title make you think it's some girl movie, a classic. Go watch now. I mean, it didn't make me think it was a girl movie, and even if it did, I like girl movies too. I would imagine Devil Wears Prada is a girl movie. I freaking love that film. Granted, I celebrate Meryl Streep's entire catalog. Fried Green Tomatoes, yeah, sure, throw it on. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I don't care for Pretty Woman though. I never cared for Pretty Woman. I'm not a big Julia Roberts stan. I never really thought there was. I never thought much of her. I think Anne Hathaway was always kind of the modified, better version of Julia Roberts. They both have kind of big facial features, very pretty women, pretty women. But I thought Anne Hathaway had a lot more range. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I don't know where I'm going with anything anymore. Okay, thank you guys for watching. That's the live show. Tune in Friday night at 9:30 p.m. Tentatively, maybe it'll be at 10:30. You know, my Friday nights kind of vary depending on my daughter's social life. She has a few friends that they get together and do fun things every Friday, whether it's bowling, whether it's going to a coffee shop and hanging out. And I have to chauffeur. So I'll be like the loser in the corner working on my computer while they have fun and have a social life. So sometimes that runs a little later. So my stream goes later. That's why. It's not because I'm like tinkering and toiling with different things for the show. Okay. I will see you guys later. Join me on Twitch at twitch.tv/AdamDoesMovies. Become a subscriber there. Follow and subscribe. You get a free one from Jeff Bezos. You have Bezos bucks if you're an Amazon Prime member. Don't let it go to waste. All right. That's the show. Thanks. I'll see you next time.